says live, but I don't see it on YouTube yet. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Is there something I need to hit? I don't get it.
I don't know, Alara.
No, it says we're on.
Welcome to SFN, your preeminent source for space and defense news and all things tangentially related. We're your hosts, loyal to the foil here at Houston Mission Control, and Alara of Sirius in low Earth orbit. And we're here live every Sunday night.
Space Force News Live, number 20. Can I get a 5x5 in the YouTube chat if we are in fact live? Sorry guys, this is the very first time we are restreaming to DLive and redpill.net. So I'm not even sure if we are live right now on YouTube.
We are definitely not live on YouTube.
We are not live on YouTube.
No.
Okay, I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Bear with me, guys. It's like, it says we're live, but yet it says we're live in Restream. Bear with me, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out.
Wait a minute. Let me see something. Maybe it's just not going live. Yeah. Maybe it's not going live to your link. It ain't. There's another link up.
Oh, so it didn't connect to the link. Okay.
No, your preset links.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's shift everybody over there tonight. We're just going to have to go that way. So it is up.
Oh, the ruckus. Yeah, it's live on DLive. What up, folks? What up, space peeps?
So you got to move okay, so in case you didn't catch foil just now, so apparently there's another link up. It's not going to link up to the normal link like it normally does, but there's another link. If you go refresh and go to the YouTube channel, you'll find another link for Space Force News. I don't know what it looks like, what thumbnail it has. What does it say?
Just has our normal, it has our normal thumbnail. It says live now. You can click right on it. It's there. It's all good.
Okay. So I guess everybody navigate over there. That means I'm not going to be able to see the chat, guys. Sorry, we knew this was going to be a little weird the first time, so sorry about that. So yes, here we are. Space Force News Live, number 20. Multiple platforms, kind of a mess, but we expected that. And Foil, how was your week? Hello, Space Peeps, even though we can't directly talk to you or see you right now.
Right, good.
Maybe I can pull him up. Maybe I can pull him up over here. Let me see if I can pull him up on DLive.
Oh, now you're just trying to get super technical. You're just gonna make all kinds of ruckus, huh?
Oh no, because that messes up this. All right, now it's muted, but at least I can see. All right, so I can see everybody on the 1 foot and 5D DLive chat. I can see you guys there. You have the YouTube chat pulled up, correct, Foil? So you can see them there.
Oh yeah, I see them.
Okay, so we're winning. We're fine. Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
All right, so yeah, so how was your week, man? Wild, right?
Right.
We were contemplating going to DC.
Contemplating, yes,
heavily contemplating, right? And she lives a lot closer than I do, and we ended up not going for a variety of reasons. So yeah, rather interesting what went down there. I'm kind of digging the fact that I was in Arizona. Was cool though. I bet
I saw you guys had some people show up.
Yeah.
I saw some Calodros button memes on a button.
Oh yeah,
right?
so you guys, this was amazing. So I'm going and I'm looking for gear, right? I'm just all living it up right at the rally, and I see this lady. She's selling buttons, right? And this meme that Clodra and I kind of went in on. He made it. He's really good at making memes. I can't make memes. I suck. But we kind of went in on it together. Yeah. So the Kraken meme, you know, that Sydney Powell ended up tweeting out, really cool. Anyway, I'm looking and there's a button and it says release the Kraken and it's got Calodro's meme on it. And I'm like, wow.
I know, that was super awesome.
This is super cool, right? So yeah, it was great. I got a lot of footage. There was a lot of energy. It was wild. It was really good. There were some people got worked up. I ended up not tweeting out the majority of the footage I took because I didn't feel that it would be responsible to do so. So anyway, I don't know how.
Worked up.
Yeah.
Like super amped or
they were a little
halfway amped or
yeah, they were a little worked up. We'll put it that way. Yeah, they're kind
we had this
Doug
that
Ducey,
highly
they're not digging him. So we won't we won't go into too much of that. But what were we going to say?
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
I was going to say the highly organized rampage. They was just wandering around in there like, what do we do now, guys?
Where at?
Grab that podium.
You talking
right?
Where are you talking about?
In DC.
In DC?
Hey, in DC, right?
Hey, he said it was going to be wild, right?
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. So hang on tight. We're in for a ride. All right. So a couple of announcements real quick. Foxhole. Okay. So I saw Methods announce this tonight with Red Pill on the show. There is now, okay. So 1 Foot in 5D channel is now on pilled.net. And there's an actual app that you can get for your phone now. It's the foxhole.app. You can actually get the app, and the live streams will be on there from, all your favorites in the movement, and they're all on there. And yeah, super exciting. That's super cool. Also, as you can see now, we're on D Live. What else?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Moving
okay.
On up.
All right. So for tonight's show. Right, I'm a little distracted by everything not going.
Right.
You know me, I have OCD. If everything doesn't go up exactly the way I've planned it, I get a little bit stressed out.
It's all love all the time.
We
got this.
That's right. Okay, so tonight's show, Space Force becomes the 18th official spy agency. Like we didn't know they already were. Congratulations.
Definitely needed more spies.
Space Force saves the day in the Iranian missile attack, which wasn't recent, but we're going to cover that.
Awesome
Iraq
job
issues
there, guys.
Iraq issues arrest warrant for Trump. Birds in their quantum sense. Area 51 object, which is unidentified, but I think I might have some ideas on it. The King of Mars is now the King of Cash. Smart toilets.
Isn't he, though?
UFOs, and so much more.
So much more.
And so much more. Stay tuned to the rest of Space Force News. We're going to shoot to a quick commercial from our sponsor, the Omnia Radiation Shield. We'll be right back.
Do you want to bring balance to all the wireless radiation fields in your life, including 5G? The Omnia Radiation Balancer is a small sticker you can stick on any device. It changes the state of the field and creates a new resonance between the wireless radiation and your energy field. On the link below, you'll see all our testing results that show how the body responds excellently once you've made this change in your life. Plus, here's a special discount code at the store. Just enter SFN at the checkout. It's easy to bring balance back to your body with the Omnia Radiation Balancer.
Welcome back. Here we are. Okay, so a couple of quick mentions about super chats from last week. I don't know what we did last week to earn all the love, but thank you for all the love, you guys.
Much love. Thank you.
We love our space peeps. So big thank you to Shannon's Theory, Lala Deaton, Jira Fang, Suiterbug, Melissa Swancut, Todd Evans, Tyler Koala, Christina Love, and G Morty. Thank you so much
and
for
REF.
your support. And thank you, G Morty, for sending me all that footage from DC. I really, really appreciate you doing that. So, shall we go ahead and get into it, Foil?
Break it down.
Break it down.
Break it. Right.
Break it. Here we go. All right, so where are we starting? I guess we'll be starting here. Oh, let me move my mic over here. I'm really not that funny, Foil. Am I? Am I just semi-retarded or what?
You're like a little nerd, just
like a little uptight nerd. Do I need to smoke? Yeah, I probably
the ganja.
Do. Yeah, I probably do. People have told me that in my life too. They're like, if you just smoked a little, you're so funny and you're so nice and I'm like, really? Am I that uptight without it? But you know me, I ride the sober train. All right, Space Force's small launch program looks to pick up pace after a year of delays. Small satellite launches by the U.S. Space Force slowed considerably in 2020 due to the pandemic and technical setbacks. Small rocket missions that slipped to 2021 include launches by Virgin Orbit, Rocket Lab, and Space Vector. Ooh, I like that, Space Vector.
Space Vector?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's all super, super technical.
Some of the small launch providers ran into technical challenges during the development of their systems, and that has delayed missions into 2021, said Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Rose, chief of the small launch and targets division of, I thought that said Space Mouse. I'm seeing Space Mouse in the words of the articles.
You're determined to put him somewhere.
I know. When I don't get to mention him for a couple days, I get bummed, and I got to bring him up somehow. My eyes just put him in there.
I thought we determined that he averted the Iran missile crisis.
Who? Oh, Space Mouse?
Space Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know if he was involved or not, you know? We don't have any sauce.
We have some intel.
Right.
we got some intel.
Targets Division of the Space and Missile Systems Center Launch Enterprise. That 19 also had an impact on the execution of these missions, Rose told Space News in an interview from Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico. Rose runs the Space Force office that procures small satellite launch services for military and civilian government agencies. Both the Space Forces and NASA's small launch programs will be taking on important roles in the crowded market where dozens of companies are developing small launch vehicles and need to secure government contracts to stay competitive. Rose and the Space Force plans to evaluate as many emerging providers as possible and figure out how to contract for their services to meet a still uncertain future demand. Small satellite national security launches had a rough 2020 when only one mission flew, a Northrop Grumman Minotaur? Minotaur? Minnow?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it
Yeah, you got
says?
No, not the minnow. Yeah, Minotaur. You got it.
Just leave out the O or what?
Minotaur.
For classified launch for the National Reconnaissance Office that lifted off in July from NASA's Wallops flight facility in Virginia. The solid propellant four-stage Minotaur is made with 3 government-furnished solid rocket motors from decommissioned intercontinental ballistic missiles. Woo! I rolled that one right off, man.
Woo! Right?
I totally handled that.
Hitting all the targets today.
Right? All right, so yeah, I think we should. Yeah,
they really did get pushed back a lot this year. Now they're reaching out to all kinds of. You're gonna see a lot of coordination between private agencies and independent companies that are going to get these contracts now. I think it's going to be a big thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of Space Force news today, actually. Lockheed Martin gets... Whoops, I got to put our screen back. See, you can't be letting me do that type of stuff, man. Just leaving the audience up out of everything, just forgetting all about them. Lockheed Martin gets $4.9 billion contract to build 3 missile warning satellites for U.S. Space Force. Imagine that. Lockheed Martin. Right?
Right. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Lockheed Martin has been awarded a $4.9 billion contract for the production of 3 geosynchronous... Ooh, I said it. Look at that. Right? Geosynchronous next-generation overhead persistent infrared satellites the Pentagon announced on January 4th. The satellites will be operated by the U.S. Space Force and provide initial warning of a ballistic or tactical missile launch anywhere on the globe. And this kind of touches on the topic we'll be going into later about Iran. The Space Force is acquiring 5 next-generation OPIR satellites, the 3 geosynchronous orbit satellites made by Lockheed Martin, and 2 polar orbit satellites made by Northrop Grumman. Grumman? Grumman? Is that how you say
Grumman.
it?
Northrop Grumman.
What would I do without you, Foyle? I would be lost in a sea of confusion. I'd mutilate words. I'd be a complete mess, See, we're good for each other, right? You help me correct my words, and, I help you, stay positive, right? So
yes,
we're very good. We're very good for each other. I help you keep your vibes high. That's right.
You're the yin to my yang.
That's right, I am. So the Space Missile Systems Center in August 2018 awarded Lockheed Martin a $2.9 billion contract for the development of 3 GEO satellites. The new contract is for manufacturing, assembly, integration, testing, and delivery by May 2028. The contract also covers ground system software and systems engineering. The Space Force said that the next generation OPIR satellites will expand and eventually replace the coverage provided by existing space-based infrared system satellites, which also were made by Lockheed Martin. The first GEO satellite could launch as early as 2025.
Wait, now read the next paragraph and then pull up that other article.
All right. The space-based infrared system satellites were criticized in 2017 by General John Hyten. Is that
Heighten, I would assume.
Right?
Criticized,
who
mind
is
you.
currently the vice chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and previously was commander of the U.S. Strategic Command for being juicy targets for enemy anti-satellite weapons. That led the Air Force to accelerate the development of a new constellation, which is
right.
the one we're talking about.
But listen here, right? General Heighten, that space-based infrared satellite system happened to save our people in Iraq.
Right. The next generation OPIR spacecraft have more powerful sensors and other features that make them more resilient against attacks than current satellites. A space program of this size, which includes developing 2 entirely new missile warning payloads, has never moved this fast, said Tom McCormick, Lockheed Martin's vice president for overhead persistent infrared systems.
I wonder if they're able to like autonomously move out of a trajectory, like an attack trajectory. Like if they sense this, they need to, if they haven't figured that out, they need to do that, right? They should be able to like autonomously relocate themselves to move out of
the satellites?
Yes, the trajectory of an attack. You know, coordinate, like they can coordinate with the surrounding satellites, move out of the way, and then swoop right back to where they need to be. That'd be super slick.
They can probably do a lot of stuff we're unaware of.
Well, I'm just, taking a guess here. Right. If they don't do it, that's what they need to be doing.
Well, we do rampant speculation very well.
That's my favorite.
We're all about rampant speculation. Yes. So, so here we are on the topic that has to do with what we just covered. So, the Space Force foiled Iranian missile attack with a critical early warning system. Now, this is a long article, so I'm not going to read too much of it other than to say 1 year ago, on the night of January 7, 2020, Americans were shocked to learn that Iran had launched more than a dozen ballistic missiles at the U.S. and coalition forces in Iraq. So this was right after the Soleimani assassination,
to
right?
The Soleimani killing, yeah.
Okay, so Iran called it fierce revenge for the assassination of General Soleimani. As reports of the attack inundated the airwaves, viewers were left wondering what had happened, and perhaps most importantly, were there casualties? The barrage damaged runways, tents, equipment, and a helicopter, and the Pentagon acknowledged that 110 people needed to be treated later for traumatic brain injuries, but no one was killed. I think that's amazing. So this was Space Force that did this, you guys.
At first, all they would say is that there was some sort of early warning system, and nobody knew what it was until just recently. It was such a vicious attack that nobody died.
Yeah, they didn't want to come on with the information until just now. So apparently for the last year,
for Iran,
right? They didn't want anybody to know that it was Space Force that did this. But yes, this is why we have a Space Force, and like we haven't gone through the article yet. Oh, we're about to touch on that subject right now. So. So Space Force is now the 18th spy agency. I didn't even know we had 18 though, Foil, just like you said.
I'm saying that sounds like a lot.
That is something else, but that came directly from Space Force. I've got the tweet right over here.
Man, are there not enough spies?
I think we're shutting down some of the other ones in my humble opinion.
Well, Lord knows they need to.
Okay, so yeah, here's the tweet right here from Space Force. Let me pull it up.
Hold on. I want to thank President-elect Doe for the super chat. Good looking out. And Amelia says, do inner Earth beings have a need for satellites around outer Earth? She's having a brain explosion over that. I don't know. We can rampantly speculate for you.
Right. That's a really good question. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, for the first time since 2006, a new organization has joined the U.S. intelligence community today. DNI Ratcliffe welcomes Space Force DoD as the 18th member of the intelligence community. And here's some nifty pictures. Yep. I love the Space Force flag, man. It's super cool. Right?
I'll put it on the back of my truck.
Right?
With the other flag.
Right? I left my flags in Arizona. I got new ones, too.
What do you mean left them in Arizona? Where are you now?
I left
low Earth orbit, right?
Yeah, I'm in low Earth orbit. What are you talking about? My spaceship. Quit tripping. That's where I'm at. Yeah. I come up here for every show and,
I know, and go right back down as soon as we're done.
Someday I'd wish they'd let me take the space elevator, though. I want to take the space elevator next time.
One of these days, man. Or the Stargate.
Did I even show you guys the pictures just now? I did, didn't I? I hope so.
No, you was probably sitting there looking at them yourself.
Who knows? I probably was just going through them by myself. I hope you guys saw the pictures out there. Oh, I love the Elon smoking gif in the D Live. In the D Live chat, that's amazing.
Yeah, D Live has awesome. They have like super
D-Live.
amped chats,
I know.
right? So do
cool.
I.
Okay, Trump administration adds Pentagon Space Force to U.S. I mean, we don't really need to go through this article. That's really, it just needs to be announced that this happened. But I'll go ahead and go through the first couple paragraphs. President Donald Trump's Space Force, established in 2019, will become a full member of the U.S. Intelligence Committee the administration set on Friday. John Ratcliffe, Trump's Director of National Intelligence, said that the U.S. Space Force would become the 18th member of the U.S. Intelligence Committee, which is led by Ratcliffe's office and includes the CIA, FBI, National Security Agency, and multiple agencies in the Defense, Treasury, Homeland Security, and Energy departments.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we weren't thinking about energy. That's in there. Making the Space Force a member of the Intelligence Committee breaks down barriers to information sharing and ensures that Space Force leadership has access to all the intelligence it needs to be successful. All right, so...
well, I trust them.
We now refer to outer space as a war-fighting domain. In 1967, the U.S. ratified an international treaty on peaceful uses of outer space that included agreements not to place in orbit around the Earth or install on the moon or other celestial bodies nuclear or other weapons of mass destruction. It also limited the use of celestial bodies exclusively to peaceful purposes. The official said in 2019 the USSF issued public statements describing Russian activities in space, testing U.S. responses in space, and menacing U.S. spacecraft. He said the United States was also aware of efforts of the Chinese to build counter space capabilities.
Oh yeah, they've been amped with that, China recently.
Okay, I was going to cover, but we'll see if we can go on to this. The Engineer Award proclaims first for the U.S. Space Force, the AFRL Engineer Award.
Pull it up.
Well, I don't know if we have time really to go into that one, but let me just announce it real quick. Let's see. All right. So AFRL Engineer Award winner proclaims a first for the U.S. Space Force. Air Force Research Laboratory Senior Engineer Dr. Odell Reynolds received the 2019 Harold Brown Award from Dr. Richard Joseph, the Chief Scientist of the Air Force, in a ceremony held on December 16, 2020 at AFRL's Starfire Optical Range, SOR, located on Kirkland Air Force Base. The Harold Brown Award, named for the former Secretary of the Air Force, is the most prestigious science and technology award in the U.S. Air Force and is presented annually to a scientist or engineer who uses scientific research to solve a problem critical to the needs of the Air Force. The Air Force has many good people doing lots of good work, but in our evaluation, your achievements have risen to the top, Joseph told Reynolds. I congratulate you on your initiative and capabilities. Things don't get done unless there's someone who is leading the way, and you have done that. As we move to the U.S. Space Force, we have enormous challenges, and we need the science and tools that you provide us. So, yeah, congratulations. All right.
You know what we didn't do, Alara?
What didn't
we didn't pour out any liquor for all the fallen homies.
Oh, dude.
I see people in the chat right now talking about it. They're still
Twitpocalypse, dude.
I
don't even know how I am still there. Every time I go to check on the phone, I'm like, huh. You know what I mean? Right. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. I guess I'm gonna ride it till I'm going on Sparks.
That
you gotta remind me to tell
Wall Street.
You gotta remind me to tell you the story about when I was in Hollywood and I saw a live car chase. This is not appropriate for Space Force news, but I'm telling you, this story is
Everything
amazing.
Is appropriate for Space
I literally
Forces.
saw the guy on Sparks with like 15 LAPD cars behind him. Like there's more to it.
No tires,
but just on Sparks, just rolling, and he was just. You could see I was this close to the dude. Like I was maybe 100 feet away from him. And he was just going, man. He was not.
Right. Yeah, you gotta get away. You gotta get away.
He was gonna ride it all the way out, dude. And he was, it was a trip. But anyways, we'll have to go over that later. Not on the Space Force news. There's a lot of car chases in California all the time.
Keep this very serious, yes.
Right. I mean, it doesn't need to be serious, but I don't know if talking about LAPD car chases and is necessarily.
I promise you that dude was in space when he was making that run.
Oh, I'm sure he looked like he was in space, let me tell you. And he was going all the way. So, yeah, I'm going to ride it out like the man on Hollywood Boulevard.
Rock until the wheels fall off.
Like the man on Hollywood Boulevard. That's how I'm going to ride out Twitter, man. Have you noticed everybody's gotten bolder on there, too? They know they're going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you know you're going down, it's like, well,
drag me out of here kicking and
screaming.
screaming.
I'm going down, so why not? Let's light it up.
This is my house, right?
Yeah. I'm loving it, too.
That's right.
That's right. All right, so, yeah, back to business. Elon Musk displaces Jeff Bezos as the richest person on Earth. Like, we didn't know that was coming, right?
Thank God.
Right? He's now he's the king of Mars and the king of cash, both.
Right.
I bet Bezos
Best of
is
the
pissed.
evil overlords. I don't know. Did you see that picture of him?
I want to see him
I don't know
duke
what
it out
was
in the
going on
ring.
with his eyes. Like one of his eyes was real. Like he was twitching. I don't know what's going on with that guy.
Bezos or
yeah.
Elon? Oh yeah, he's got
Bezos.
one of them.
This picture is just creep me out.
Maybe
man.
the clone is malfunctioning. You know, allegedly.
Something.
Allegedly. There's people that have a lot of money. They sometimes have clones. So allegedly.
Man.
Maybe that's what it is. It's a defect in the clone. I don't know. You know, we don't know.
Who knows?
Hopefully someday we'll get to the bottom of it. Elon Musk has overtaken Jeff Bezos as the richest person in the world, Bloomberg reported on Thursday. Musk, who founded electric car company Tesla and rocket maker SpaceX, has a net worth of $188.5 billion. I mean, really?
I can't even.
And we can't even get a $1,200 stimulus. I mean,
right?
You know, months and months without work, and we can't. Right? Where's the fake news button?
Oh, man, I know, right?
You gotta stop forgetting the fake news button.
Hey, I remembered it last week, and you didn't even remind me.
All right, so which clocks in at 1.5 billion more. He's worth 1.5 billion more than Amazon's Bezos, Bloomberg said, attributing the shift to an increase in the price of Tesla shares. On Twitter, Musk responded to a tweet about his new standing with 2 tweets saying, "How strange," and "We'll be back to work." He's in a hurry to get to Mars now, too, huh? So we don't really need to go into that article now.
Wait, how much does he have?
Let me see. He's got 188.5 billion. He's worth 1.5 billion
what,
more
a billion
than Bezos.
is 100 million.
Right.
So he got 100 million and then 85 more. That's crazy. Like, what do you even need? I mean, what do you even
do with that? Right.
I don't even know. And he's selling all his stuff too. He's
going to Mars.
He's out of here.
He's out of here.
Right?
Yeah, he's going to Mars. Right?
Get off this rock.
Woo. Okay, so SpaceX news, Elon Musk confirms he's going to Mars after the world's richest man announcement. Yeah, he's out of here.
Me too, bruh. I need a ride.
Can you imagine, right? Like I'm the richest man and I'm out, right? I'm gone.
Deuces.
Right? Yeah, he's out of here. So SpaceX CEO and the world's richest man, Elon Musk, has hit out at his, hold on, I'll just start here. SpaceX chief has been officially crowned the world's richest man on Thursday after his personal fortune topped that of Amazon boss Jeff Bezos. Elon Musk, 49 years old, is now worth an astounding 185 billion, which he claims is being used for the betterment of humanity. Is he taking us to Mars?
Right. Right.
Is he building
on our tickets?
Right.
Man.
Is he building condos on Mars for us? Or is that, I mean, I'm confused. All right. The South American tech mogul addressed his critics this week when he temporarily pinned to his Twitter profile an exchange for more than 2 years. In the Twitter post from October 2019, Mr. Musk defended his accrued wealth, which in July of that year was estimated at 24.6 billion. Wow, he's really increased it there. The SpaceX chief has long expressed his desire to colonize Mars, and the latest net worth announcement looks to have bolstered his resolve. The mission statement, which he has since unpinned, reads, "About half my money is intended to help problems on Earth, and half to help like the rave underground in Vegas."
Yeah, Vegas. That is help. That is for the good of humanity.
Right?
Don't knock it.
Yeah, you'll be able to take the underground rave directly from the airport to
the underground train right to the rave and back. You mean?
Well, the underground tunnel is a rave. And he's extending it to the airport. Yeah.
That's super fun.
So, yeah, definitely. That's for the betterment of humanity, right? How long have we needed an underground tunnel rave in Las Vegas? I mean,
forever.
You know. So thank you, Elon. Right. The mission statement we have since unpinned. Okay, where was I? Mars to ensure that. Wait, okay. See, this is where it comes in right here, Foil. You ready? This is exactly what he means, okay? The mission statement we have since unpinned reads, "About half of my money is intended to help problems on Earth, and half is to establish a self-sustaining city on Mars to ensure the continuation of life and all species in case Earth gets hit by a meteor like the dinosaurs or World War III happens and we destroy ourselves.
Oh, listen, he's definitely, yep, he's off of this rock.
He's out.
Your mom says we should put the Pope on the next flight out. We don't want to take him to Mars, Mom.
Yeah. What are we gonna do with him?
But man, leave him where he's at. Apparently, if Elon thinks this place is about to go, you know, down the wrong trajectory, I'm just gonna ride with him.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna have his Mars city, and I didn't know he was taking us though. I mean, that's incredible if he's doing that. All right.
That'd be
so
super stellar. Why
everyone is talking about an image generator released by an Elon Musk-backed AI?
Because they're hating.
Look at this thing. This is wild. Armchairs in the shape of avocados and baby daikon radishes wearing tutus.
What?
Are
tutus.
Tutus?
Yeah.
Wearing tutus are among the quirky images created by a new piece of software from OpenAI and Elon Musk-backed artificial intelligence lab in San Francisco. OpenAI trained the software known as DALL-E to generate images from short text captions.
Like Wall-E. Aw.
Right, DALL-E.
It's like Wall-E.
Yeah. Short text captions. It specifically used a data set. Oh, hi, Mom. Good to see you. I don't know where she's at. I don't see her. Is she in the YouTube chat?
She's in the YouTube chat.
All right, awesome. I can't see that, so I could see I can see D Live though. So, yeah. Where was I? Okay, so the lab said DALL-E, an impromptu of Spanish surrealist artist Salvador Dali, and Wall-E, a small animated robot from the pixel art movie of the same name, had learned how to create images for a wide range of concepts. OpenAI showed off some of the results in a blog post published on Tuesday. We found that DALL-E has a diverse set of capabilities, including creating anthropomorphized. You want to hear something funny? When I was in, and my mom can vouch for this, actually. When I was in elementary school, I had a college level reading and vocabulary. And you can blame her for that. She used to make me pick words out of books. And if I didn't know what it was, she used to make me look it up in the dictionary every day after my homework, after school.
That's good parenting.
Yeah. And I had to practice my penmanship too. To this day, I have good writing because of her. And I had a vocabulary that was way too big for a kid that age. And that's all her fault too.
I don't think they're even
see how it went away
writing anymore.
That worked out, and now my vocabulary is just, it's caught up, and it's like it's way behind. Isn't that interesting how that works? But at one time, yes, I had a tremendous vocabulary for a child. At one time, now I can't pronounce words. It's incredible how that happens.
That's all right.
Right. All right. So anthropomorphized versions of animals and objects, combining unrelated concepts in plausible ways, rendering text and applying transformations to existing images. The company wrote. So look at this. Look at these guys here. Look, they look like little carrot guys.
I believe those are the radishes and the tutus.
It's an illustration of a baby daikon. Is that how you say it? Daikon or daikon?
I can't see the word. I can't see that. But go ahead.
Baby daikon radish in a tutu walking a dog. What is this?
How clever is the AI, right?
DALL-E is built on a neural network, which is a computing system vaguely inspired by the human brain that can spot patterns and recognize relationships between vast amounts of data. While neural networks have generated images and videos before, DALL-E is unusual because it relies on text inputs, whereas the others do not.
I just want to know where we send the requests to.
Right, to get these little generated images? Synthetic videos and images have become more sophisticated in recent years to the extent that it has become hard for humans to distinguish between what is real and what is computer generated. Interesting. Right? Right? Just in time. General adversarial networks, GANs, which employ two neural networks, have been used to create fake videos of politicians, for example. OpenAI acknowledged that DALL-E has the potential for significant broad societal impacts, adding that it plans to analyze how models like DALL-E relate to societal issues like economic impact on certain work progress, processes, and professions, the potential for bias in the model outputs, and the longer-term ethical challenges implied by this technology. Interesting. I know that look. What is that look foil? I know.
Well, we know that. I mean, you remember the whole racist robots mess. Maybe, I don't know if that was last year, the year before. God, last year was terrible. I don't know I think that was 2019, the racist robots. They found out that most, like a lot of these neural net based or AI generated programs often reflect whatever the bias of the programmers are, whether they mean to or not.
1 second. I want to say thank you to Methods and Tron, who I believe are hosting me right now, but I can't check.
Much love. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, you guys, for doing that. So yeah, definitely go and check out the app that we mentioned in the beginning of the show, and get on there, because they now have that for Pill.net. They now have an app. It's called the Foxhole. I mentioned that at the beginning of the show. So go and check that out.
Is there a link below for that? Your mom was asking about
maybe
that.
Debbie can post that. The Foxhole.app. That's where you go to download the app.
You know what? I don't see her in here today.
Debbie? I saw her a minute ago. No, she's there. She's in D Live. She's over in D Live. Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So anyway, yeah. Thank you very much for helping me. Methods is the one that helped me actually get this working today. So I really appreciate your help, brother. Okay,
that was awesome. Right.
All right. So where were we?
Radishes and tutus.
Radishes and
Racist
tutus.
robots.
Racist robots. Okay. So should we move on to defense? I shouldn't have interrupted
the doom and gloom part of the show. It's all right.
Yeah. So it's okay. Doom and gloom is in the middle of the show, and then you do doom and gloom so well though, Foil. We love it.
Yes, I'm definitely a pro at that for sure.
You do. Yeah. So I don't let you go too far with it, right, guys? I don't let her go too far. All right. So yeah. Okay. So South Korea delegation. Wah, wah, wah. We need our fake news button. I don't like that.
Right?
All right. South Korea
delegation
heads to Iran to seek release of seized tanker.
All right. This is actually a bigger story than it sounds like, because you guys know that there has been an abundance of arising issues between the U.S. and Iran. And it's been interesting because under the Obama administration, right, Iran would do little things, and instead of smacking them into their place or making them adhere to the agreements that they had signed, they would get concessions. Like, I don't know, it's like giving a bad kid like trying to bribe a bad kid into doing something right. You know what I mean? Then they don't ever behave on their own. Well, under Trump, whenever Iran would start acting crazy, there would be more sanctions, there are more repercussions. Well, now that Iran is operating under the assumption that we are going to see a Biden administration, they're starting to act up again. And it's kind of crazy because now, mind you, we talk about this every week. Iran and China are tight right now. And what Iran has done is they seized a South Korean oil tanker that was going through the Strait of Hormuz. And mind you, like 20% of the world's oil flows through this passageway, right? They claimed that they were seizing the tanker because of some environmental, emissions problem or whatever. I mean, it was just some straight BS. But here's the issue. South Korea is obviously one of our allies. They've now sent a delegation to Iran to try and get their tanker released. But now Iran is saying that they're not going to do anything unless South Korea agrees to release all of these funds, like $7 billion in funds of Iran's that they've been holding on to pretty much under the orders of the US. So they've essentially taken this ship hostage. And this ship had people on it from a variety of nations that are trying to get their people out of there now. These people are being held in, we'll call it a holding facility for lack of a better word. But I mean, it's these kinds of little incidents that if things go wrong could spark wider destabilization in a region, or present like a potential powder keg globally.
Yeah, this is wild, the stuff that's going on. Did you see that tweet, Foil? Did you see the tweet, Foil, about I'm trying to remember it now, about Taiwan? Oh, not the tweet, the drop about I can't remember the details right now, but I think Pompeo put it out. I don't know. I'm not going to comment since I can't remember enough of the details, but something about Taiwan. You know what I'm talking about. You saw it.
I feel like we had a discussion about this, and now I just don't remember what the hell we
Now I go through so much data. Sometimes I just completely lose track or space it out and mix it up with something else. So.
Wait.
You know what I'm talking about? Releasing the thing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Weren't they gonna? And I gave you some. I started to give you some big lecture about how this was going to increase anti-China sentiment by 100.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
What was that? We didn't have it under the bookmarks.
It was in our chat.
That should have gone in defense.
In our group chat.
Yeah, that should have gone in defense.
Yeah. Well, man, I don't know. I don't have time to look right now. It'll throw me all off. But yes, you already know Taiwan is a powder keg.
Hardcore.
Something about allowing
Pompeo lifted the sanction.
He removed restrictions.
Right.
He removed restrictions on U.S. Officials being able to travel freely to and from Taiwan.
Yeah.
Which Taiwan will be, super amped about, but China's going to be livid. I mean, oh well, I'm sure that China is also operating under the assumption that Biden will come in and immediately reverse anything that Trump does in these last few days, but we shall see.
We shall see. That's right. All right. So,
interestingly enough, right.
Go ahead.
Winnie the Pooh. Well, I was going to say Xi Jinping, China's president, started off the year in a great way. As they, they're starting off their 2021 training program, and he essentially told his, the entire military that they needed to be at full-time combat readiness at all times, because you never know what might pop off. They better be ready to act at any second. He also said that they want to start increasing the use of, higher like we talk every week about how we've got these new, computer simulation training programs, or like online combat drills, like Australia is going to be participating. Like we've got all these things we talk about. Well, China's trying to get their hat in the ring as far as that goes. I mean, they're trying to increase their tech preparedness as well. You ask me, they got plenty of tech preparedness. They're over here getting into systems and such. Russia. It's never Russia. It's always China. Yeah. Oh, especially that guy, the fourth guy from the left. Look at him.
Which one? The fourth guy from this guy here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's mad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. He looks pissed. like on Mortal Kombat. Your soul is mine. Like he looks just like that guy. All the rest of them
this guy's distracted over here. Yeah, this one here, he's completely focused on something else.
He's like, look at that bird. Right.
It's like, check out that UFO.
Yeah. But that one dude, he looks livid.
Yeah, he's mad. All right, so let's see. Iraq issues arrest warrant for Trump over drone strike killing.
Yeah, this is interesting. Actually, this is actually not that far off base for what we've seen. Now,
Should we play the video or no?
Well, you can if you want. Go right ahead.
All right, let's check it out. Oh, I gotta hit the sound thing. I hope that's the right one. I've been away for a week.
Losing it.
Get this.
Oh, look at that.
Man,
commercials.
What's with the commercials? All right, hold on. Let me mute this thing. Let me get past it. That's a problem. It better be worth it.
Always
That's all
advertisements. I mean, I don't even know what's in there. This is just interesting because we've seen Iran on several occasions petition Interpol to issue an arrest warrant for Trump.
All right, hold on. The presidential daily intelligence briefing starting today. That'll be the first time since his election. Comes at a very tense moment right after Iran's top nuclear scientist was apparently assassinated over the weekend. Holly Williams looks at the challenges the Biden administration will face in the Middle East.
That's an old video,
There's been an outpouring of grief in Iran for nuclear scientist Mohsen Fakhrizadeh.
Oh, remember the nuclear scientist? That is old.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. This was 2 months ago.
Why'd
they attach that video?
On Saturday,
I don't know.
Though Israel hasn't.
I don't know. Let's just go ahead and finish. That's not really anything new there. So
yeah, it's not even applicable to what I mean. Okay, so twice now, Iran has petitioned Interpol to issue arrest warrants for Trump, and rightly they told them to shove it. Well, oddly enough, now Iraq has issued a literal arrest warrant, for President Trump as part, being the person that killed Qasem Soleimani. They're big mad about that, and it's crazy because they said they're going to continue to investigate, and that they may be actually trying to identify and issue warrants on others who participated in committing this crime. They're labeling it as a crime. I find that very interesting. Soleimani.
And why now? The timing of it, right? Like, why now, too?
You know why now.
Oh, I know why now. Yeah, I think everybody does know why now. But still, I mean,
it's crazy because Iran was petitioning for Interpol to issue an arrest warrant when it was their general that was in Iraq causing ruckus.
right.
Like, they didn't bomb him inside of Iran. They bombed him in Iraq, where our troops are helping to maintain stability there. And it's not like they didn't bomb us back. Like, how are you going to issue an arrest warrant? That's like ridiculous.
Right.
For a sitting U.S. president at that.
Yeah, they're pissed. We definitely got an
pissed.
escalating issue with them and with China.
We have an escalating issue with people taking undue liberties against a sitting U.S. president, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Right.
But I mean, I'm pissed.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
The Twitter thing is insane. Like, it really is. If
it's
you really
just,
think about it,
this is not just Twitter. It's a coordinated effort.
Oh yeah, it's a coordinated effort all over the place in a multitude of ways.
By the tech overlords that I rail against every week.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous. I'm just gonna bring it down now.
I mean, it was crazy watching boom, 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 boom. Like, what are they doing? Like, Twitter's just like a wasteland now. It's like, where did everybody go? I mean, I heard it was in the millions that they removed.
I don't know. I mean, I have a smaller account. I lost 5,000 or 6,000 people.
Well, we all do now.
One night, and it's still right. Yeah, now
everybody does. Some people's are non-existent. Like somebody said the other day, they're microorganism accounts. They're microorganisms. Mm-hmm. It's the truth, and it's just gonna keep it. It seems like it's not gonna stop, dude, because it just keeps going, and it's like, okay, eventually I'm gonna hit 0, and that's gonna be that. So,
what'll happen is
if I make it that long.
When all they're doing is they're creating. They're actually creating 2 different echo chambers, and all it's going to do is further marginalize people that are already what they consider fringe.
We live in communist China.
Yeah, but not just on the right. This is what they don't see. They're going to come for the populists on the left at some point.
Right.
It will happen.
Right.
These people think they're immune right now. That's just because the target ain't on you yet. Just wait.
Right.
Anybody that doesn't fall in line, anybody that doesn't, free speech is approved speech.
Right. Hey man, you're preaching to the choir,
No, I gotta watch my mouth because I get super amped.
Debbie, somebody said Debbie doesn't have a wrench. Okay, I got Debbie a wrench back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so Ayatollah Khomeini bans imports of U.S. UK made
This is actually This was actually kind of funny. Oddly enough, Twitter left this up for sure. So yeah, the Ayatollah said he don't want that vax. He don't want that vax. He's banning any kind of U.S. or UK made shot for the 19. And let me see, they got to have the tweet on here. No, they don't have it. He actually tweeted it out. He said he doesn't trust it. He said he doesn't trust it. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei on Friday banned the import of U.S. and British-produced coronavirus vaccines, saying they were completely untrustworthy. For once, I can agree with the guy. It's not unlikely that they would want to contaminate, it's not unlikely that they would want to contaminate other nations, given our experience with France's HIV-tainted blood supplies. French vaccines aren't trustworthy either. So he ain't having none of it. Corona vaccine. That's literally what he tweeted.
Right?
But they left that up.
I wonder if it's because of it being put out by Trump, or having some. No,
not just that.
Or just they just know what's up.
They don't want it produced. Yes, because in the 80s there was a scandal in the 80s where blood that was infected with HIV was distributed in France and then later abroad. Even after the government became aware of the program, it continued to happen, and there were a lot of Iranians that got infected. So they're already. I mean, they don't want Western produced medicine being brought in, because even if the production is okay, they still don't trust what happens in transit, or is the final product that they get going to be okay. He doesn't want any of it. They'll probably end up buying one of the Chinese produced vaccines, or possibly the Russian variants. I wouldn't doubt.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me enough to do it. End of story.
He said he don't want it.
He didn't want it either. Mm-hmm. See, nobody wants it. All right. Largest canyon in the solar system revealed in new stunning images.
Yeah, it's kind of
This
interesting.
is kind of groovy. Check this out. So yeah, we're off of defense. We're off of the
done with the doom and gloom.
Right. All right.
Right.
Largest canyon in the solar system revealed in stunning new images. This is cool, but you can't really make out
it's in the well, yeah, I know, but I mean, actually, the resolution on those pictures is kind of is great. It's in the Mariner Valley on Mars. It's 10 times as long as the Grand Canyon and 3 times as deep. They're not sure where it came from. Now here's the thing. The canyon that they're talking about apparently runs what 2,500 miles, a quarter of the planet's circumference. They don't know where it came from. I mean, this doesn't feel like something that would be natural. They say there's not enough water, or there wasn't even back in the day enough water on Mars to produce this kind of a weathering, and then from the chips and the patterns that they see, they think maybe it was the result of volcanism. Interestingly enough, Mars has the highest volcano, that they're aware of on any of the planets, Olympus Mons. They think that there was some great geologic event that may have created this, but I don't know. You know me and my love for rampant speculation. Maybe when that one planet got destroyed, something happened and just cut a hole in the planet. I don't know.
It's interesting nonetheless. I want to clarify something out there. It looks like Parler's going down. I don't know if it will or not.
Well,
I am on Parler, but I don't know if it's going to go down. So I created a Gab too. I'm pretty sure I have my Gab link on YouTube in the chat that didn't link up today. But I have a link tree.
We're going to put our link trees.
Yeah. Right.
We're going to put our link trees down there. And here's the deal with Parler. They're going to go down at midnight tonight. Amazon is not going to host them on their servers anymore. But the guy from Parler says that he's made alternative arrangements. Even if he has to rebuild from scratch, they will be back up Monday at noon. He wants everybody back in full use by Tuesday on Parler.
Right. So we hope that works out. But if not, it's, definitely be on multiple platforms right now.
I know.
This is gonna get crazy, I think. Okay, so birds have a mysterious quantum sense for the first time.
Interesting, right?
Named Jacques. Yeah, this is super cool. Because
this is actually nifty.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay,
so
go ahead. Wah, wah,
go ahead.
No.
If you want to read. So we know that they can not see, like physically see like we see, but they can sense the magnetic fields. They use that, to guide their flight paths. What you're looking at there on the screen is actually a reaction that was observed in cultured human cells. And that fluorescence that you're seeing, it's interesting because they weren't 100% that humans had cryptochrome cells. It's like a photosensitive cell, basically, that photo means they can process light or whatever. Here's the interesting thing about cryptochromes. They're very sensitive to blue light, which you notice that we are surrounded by constantly by our devices, right? That fluorescing that you're seeing is a reaction to intense blue light, and that is in a culture of human cells. So now they know that not only do humans have cryptochromes, right, but that they are blue light sensitive, and that they also can in some way interact with magnetic fields. Now we don't have the dependence on them that the birds and stuff do, right?
Right.
But here's the interesting thing. They flash that fluorescence.
Or do we?
They say that we can sense it, but it's not like we need it to navigate, allegedly.
Well, right. But you can't tell me. I mean, all living beings are affected by this. I think we're far more. This is a far deeper topic than is ever discussed mainstream.
Well,
And
listen,
I'm glad go ahead.
Here's the trick about this. The fluorescence decreases when they expose to intense blue light. We are surrounded by blue light all the time.
Oh, wow. Wah, wah,
and
wah.
These sorts of cells govern our circadian rhythms.
Right.
That's why the blue light affects your sleep cycle, why they tell you to put your phone down, or you've got those special modes you can put your phone on before you go to sleep at night to kind of decrease the amount of blue light that's coming out of your screens. because this intense exposure to blue light all the time, as we sit in front of these devices, is messing up our
that's why they got
cells.
that's why they got fluorescent lights in schools and in the DMV and everywhere else. It's all a setup.
You know,
man.
Me, it's a setup.
It's all
right?
a setup. No, it's true. I can feel it.
This is the first time they've been able to actually get imaging on it. And this, like I said, they were talking about birds, but this is in a culture of human cells.
Right. Amazing.
Isn't that, that's something, right? So any kind of blue light
I'm getting some blue light. I'm getting
mitigation
some blue,
you can get.
Yeah, I'm getting some blue light glasses for sure. But I need ones that are prescription. That's why I haven't gotten them yet. But for sure, anybody that sits here and does what we do, you've got to have them.
Good Lord.
Or else your brain will start to melt. It's the truth.
Man, I do feel sometimes I can't. And then you go in there to lay down after you've been in front of these devices all day, and you can't go to sleep.
Terrible situation.
Yeah, it's horrible. Well, here's some more tinfoil for you.
Rare quadruple helix DNA. Oh, I thought this was so interesting. Quadruple helix DNA found in living human cells with glowing probes.
All the talk.
You notice this news comes in waves, and it all tends to be kind of around the same sort of general topic at once. It comes out and you know what I mean?
Well, this is super weird. I mean, here's the deal, right? You guys know, generally DNA is a double helix strand structure, right? They're talking about quadruple helix DNA, which they have seen in cancer cells and stuff. Okay. But now they've started to notice that it has recently been seen forming naturally in human cells. So my question for you is this: what changed? What changed in the DNA? What caused the change in the DNA? Now that this is forming naturally, and at one point, what?
Something weird just happened.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. It's fine.
And at one point, this was something that they felt was, fairly isolated to things like cancer cells or erroneous growths. So how is it appearing naturally now? I wonder what, wonder what caused that to happen. Right. But in any case, there was, they released a study on it. If you guys are interested, obviously this is linked in the description below, but it was published last week in Nature Communications. But it was led by the Imperial College in London, and they've created these probes so that they can see how these G quadruplexes, is what they're calling them, are interacting with other molecules living inside living cells. He said here's something. One of the lead authors, Ben Lewis from the Department of Chemistry at Imperial College in London, said a different DNA shape will have an enormous impact, on all processes involving it, such as reading, copying, expressing genetic information. What is changing our DNA? Why is this happening naturally now?
Right, but I was
governed.
Right.
Go ahead.
I mean, but they make it out like this is a negative thing, right? But still, the basic topic of, what do you mean? What's to look for?
Because I'm perfectly happy with the double helix DNA structure that the Lord gave us.
Right.
There's some sort of a shift, something caused this, whatever. Of course, this is my tinfoil hat probably talking, but with all the discussions we've been having over the past year about...
So what do you rapidly speculate here? Rapidly speculate here. What do you think is causing this?
There's so much BS.
I know what you think.
Don't know.
I know.
The stuff in the water.
I know what you think.
The stuff they put in the food, the stuff that comes from the sky, if this kind of a structure was being seen most often in cancerous cells, but now we're seeing it evolving naturally in human cells. Which one of these outside influences is causing what was a cancerous growth to now be occurring naturally? And how is that? That ain't going to help nothing. That cannot be good. Nothing good comes from that.
Right. Well, I mean, if this is the case, there's got to be some way to counteract it, some way.
I mean, or
you know how I see things. I think that there's always a defense by seeking the divine and seeking the creator. There's always a defense for all unnatural things. There's always a natural solution to all things that are unnatural. But it's a matter of getting to the bottom of it, of what is causing it. And
I just want to know. I'm sure I'm sure maybe they can find a way to mitigate problems or figure out where it came from, or maybe here's your DNA changes, your genetic expression changes. Phenotypically, the outward expression of your genetics changes in ways that they can't predict right now.
What does it say? Zipfel said flu shots. And said we are the organism being GMO'd.
That was my point. I mean, we're also on YouTube here, so I try
they are genetically modifying.
Be careful what I'm saying, because of the algorithm overlords. But
we may have to ditch that eventually.
This is
I don't like having to be limited what I can say. I really don't.
Me neither, man. My mouth will run continuously.
Can you imagine?
If there's no
Can you imagine if we didn't have that limitation? We're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to do that real soon, Foil. We're gonna have to do a show now that we're over on I got to get that right. Pill.net. I think we may have to just go and do something over there and where we don't have to be limited, right? D-Live seems safe for now as well, but
yeah. I mean,
so understand that this is
up for a little bit anyway.
Understand that this is still on YouTube, so we have to be a little cautious.
I mean, and I've seen some even more extreme tinfoil theories about third strand DNA.
Well, and there's all those starseed, they have all those starseed videos, which I know you've seen. We've had discussions about this, how our DNA on an energetic level everything should be changing as we're evolving into, like a higher dimensional species,
yes,
right?
But this
is totally different, right? This is a completely separate situation. This is the unwinding of the proteins, and which is it's not a good thing. It's what you see naturally in cancer, which is not positive. But there's got to be a way to counterbalance it, is what I'm saying. There's got to be. It's just more research. More research needs to be done. So if you feel compelled, you have the free time to research more research, and you're into science, this would be definitely a good topic to continue doing research on. So, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of creeped out by it, to be honest. But
she's totally creeped out by it. I can tell. I can read Foil's thoughts. All right. So the platypus, man. Right? This is one of the most
joke.
This is one of the most exciting creatures on the planet because it's so weird.
Listen, if there is any evidence of alien genetic tampering on Earth, it's the freaking platypus,
this guy.
man.
He's so cute, though. Look at him. Did you guys know that he's part? Look, check this out. He is fluorescent fur. Did you know he had fluorescent fur?
Yeah, I didn't know that. No, and I didn't know that his skin sweats milk either. Or they had 10 freaking sex chromosomes.
The first complete map of the platypus genome has just been released, and it's every bit as strange as you'd expect from a creature with 10 sex chromosomes, a pair of venomous spurs, a coat of fluorescent fur, and skin that sweats milk. Clearly, he's an AT, right? So, he's an AT plant, and just like the octopus. The duck-billed platypus is truly one of the oddest creatures on Earth, along with the spiky... What is that? Spiky echda? These two Australian animals belong to a highly... Hey, we got through the whole show without completely hysterically laughing. That doesn't happen very often.
Right?
All right, so duck-billed platypus is truly one of the oddest creatures on Earth. Along with this... I'm not going to try to mutilate that again. These two Australian animals belong to the highly specialized group of mammals known as
monotremes.
Yeah, which both lay what she said. Which both lay eggs but also nurse their young with milk. It's like the ET geneticist in the lab got confused.
Yeah,
I think he was like, make a reptile. No, make a mammal. Just make whatever you want, man.
Yeah, it was a joke. I'm convinced it was like a joke. Maybe they were up there drunk and just started splicing, and this is what happened. I don't know.
The genes of both are relatively primitive and unchanged, revealing a bizarre blend of several vertebrate animal classes, including birds, reptiles, and mammals. Wow, how does that even happen?
I'm telling you, splicing.
As different as the
drunk.
Right? They were drunk. It was a bunch of ETs in a lab drunk.
CRISPR
and they're like,
Cas9'd it. Right? It's crazy.
They're like, what did you do? Just put it out there, see what happens.
Right.
They won't notice. They're asleep anyways. Right. As different
as funny.
Like the pink dolphin in the Amazon. Have you seen that guy? He's super cute. Have you seen the beluga whale that got the guy's wallet? Hey, I wonder when people are going to figure out that the whales and dolphins are just like us. In fact, They're more
They're
spiritually.
highly intelligent. Well, the dolphins I know are highly intelligent. I
They're
don't know
more
about the whales.
spiritually advanced. You know, when you're able to seek the Creator and seek bliss like they are, where they're not bogged down with all the craziness we're bogged down with, you can get further in the spiritual process, which means you acquire abilities.
In all fairness, we are ruining their space.
They're very tolerant guys. I mean,
I bet
we really are. You know, but anyway. The beluga whale went and got the guy dropped his phone or his wallet or something in the water, and the whale.
Oh, he saved it for him.
He went down there and he got it and he put it on his nose and he brought it up to the guy and gave it to him. Like,
I thought you meant he snatched it somehow. I don't know.
Like he returned
No, I didn't see that.
Like that was going all downhill. The guy dropped his phone and it was like, well, that was it. It's going to the bottom of the ocean, and the whale totally saved it and brought it up. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but yeah, super cool.
That's awesome.
So
right?
Back to the bizarreness of the platypus. As different as the platypus might seem at first, it's those very differences that reveal our similarities and our shared ancestry with Earth's other vertebrates. Who do we share ancestry with that's anything like the platypus? Scientists think, and why? You know what's interesting?
We're closely related to everything, like from lemurs to pigs. We share a lot of DNA with these things.
Scientists think it's Have you seen the footage of the farm animals, the pigs? They're just like us. I'm not going to go into this because we won't. But they are. They're the farm animals. They're our friends. And I'm telling you to say.
Alara loves all creatures.
I love all the creatures. It's true.
She does love the creatures. The horse going to bed last week was great, though.
Wasn't that cute? Yeah.
That was super cute.
Scientists think its genome could tell us secrets about our own evolution and how our distant mammalian ancestors went from laying eggs to giving birth. The complete genome has provided us with the answers to how a few of the platypus' bizarre features emerged, explains evolutionary biologist Zhang from the University of Copenhagen. At the same time, decoding the genome for platypus is important for improving our understanding of how other mammals evolved, including us humans. In previous years, a female platypus had some of its genome sequenced, but without any Y chromosome sequences, a lot of information was missing. Using a male platypus, researchers have now created a physical map with a highly accurate platypus genome. You think we're ever going to get to the bottom of the platypus mystery on planet Earth?
I think that at some point they'll be using parts of the platypus genome that they're splicing into a freaking experiment in China, and we'll find out real fast how that works out.
Well, they got super soldiers now, so, you know. Maybe we'll get some platypus Chinese super soldiers.
Everybody laughed when Alex Jones was talking about the hybrids, the spider monkey pig hybrids or whatever, human clone nonsense. Turned out that was true. Mm-hmm. Who knows what they're doing with the platypus? I don't know.
Okay, so let's see. IBM, what is this? IBM is using light instead of electricity to create ultra-fast computing. Right? This is pretty kind of cool. To quench algorithms' seemingly limitless thirst for processing power, IBM researchers have unveiled a new approach that could mean big changes for deep learning applications. Processors that perform computations entirely with light rather than electricity. The researchers have created a Photonic Tensor Core that, based on the properties of light particles, is capable of processing data at unprecedented speeds to deliver AI applications with ultra-low latency. Although the device has only been tested on a small scale, the report suggests that as the processor develops, it could achieve 1,000 trillion multiply accumulate MAC operations per second and per square millimeter, more than twice as many, according to the scientists, as state-of-the-art AI processors that rely on electrical signals. IBM has been working on novel approaches to processing units for a number of years now. Part of the company's research has focused on developing in-memory computing technologies in which memory and processing coexist in some form. This avoids transferring data between the processor and a separate RAM unit, saving electricity and reducing latency. Last year, the company's researchers unveiled that they had successfully developed an all-optical approach to an in-memory processing. They integrated in-memory computing on a photonic chip that used light to carry out computational tasks. As part of the experiment, the team demonstrated that a basic multiplication could effectively be carried out using the technology. And
that's the important part is they can do it all in one place now. They don't have to transfer between the processor and the RAM. That it's done simultaneously on the same chip and with light.
right?
Light does some awesome things, right?
Super cool.
Photonic tensor.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think we need to go into any more of that article, but that is like super exciting. Right?
Well,
That's
it's
all we need,
interesting when
more
you think about all of
sophisticated
the
AI.
things we've talked about. I know, right?
Mhm.
All the things that we've talked about with light this year, but they've been able to do photonically.
Yeah.
Everything from
The Great
creating
Awakening.
matter from light.
The Great Awakening. Here we go. And science is starting to prove we have a creator, which I think is super cool. Because maybe it's just me, but I remember when I was a kid, it was always like, no, there's no creator, and science dictates this, and blah, blah, blah. And we're seeing more and more information come out that is actually backing up the fact that there's a designer and there's a creator to our world.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind.
A lot of the concepts that we were steered away from when in our generation, when we were younger, we're actually going the other direction now. So disclosure's happening, albeit on a very small scale, and it needs help getting pushed along, but it is slowly starting to happen. I mean,
now I could be wrong, but aren't they saving? They have a way to use crystals, like, and some of the disclosure shows that I've seen have talked about this. They're able to save information in crystals, yes?
Yes.
And then they use some sort of a photonic processing to read it. Well, it's just funny that we're coming closer and closer to these sorts of this kind of tech that was considered so far out there, whatever, and like very slowly we're seeing that information being released.
That's where it's going to wind up too, because we're going to find out that crystals are something we don't understand. I mean, there's probably some people that understand it in some programs, but not the ones we have any access to. Point is that we're going to find out that all the things that are naturally given to us on this planet are very important, and those can be used for technology. In other words, let me make a long story short. The technology we use nowadays is complete BS, and it's used to control and manipulate us. But there's going to be a technology moving forward. This is why we find a lot of those ruins that look like natural objects that people don't know what they are, but they don't realize they're technology. Stuff like that is all over this planet, right?
Did you see the video of the dude that found the rock in Egypt, maybe? And he would put it in the water and it would boil immediately, or he had his hand in front of the mirror and he passed the rock and it almost like it was putting out some sort of an X-ray. I'll have to find that and show you. I don't know if there's been a debunk done on that or whatever, but I mean, it looked legit to me. It looked like stone tech, and we've talked about stone tech before.
It's reported that a lot of ETs, people that have had experiences where they've been on them and stuff, they're ran by crystal technology, consciousness and crystals, right? So there's things we don't understand about them that we need to begin to understand, because that's obviously where the future is headed. It's not, so anyway, yeah, crystals, super groovy.
Time crystals.
Okay, so smart toilets. Let's quickly go through smart toilets and then move on to UFOs and Area 51.
You just dying to talk about the UFOs. I know. Well,
we're almost at, we're at 7:13 right now, so we're beginning to run
I
short.
pulled this up because if you guys have not gone onto my channel to see the video that I put out about tech tyranny, I was flipping out about the way that they are integrating all of this technology into our lives, and then they'll eventually be using all of its manipulators.
I don't want my toilet to be smart.
Man, listen.
I just want it to flush.
Right, exactly. No, that's my point. They have this now. There are some good things that they can do with this. Like if you're old and you need help with some certain things, maybe. But I mean, like this when they're talking about smart toilets, they're literally talking about it being able to do urinalysis or monitor you for diabetes, or sample your gut biome, or give you information from your stool sample. Like, but my problem with this is, just like with the toothbrushes and the smart thermometers, everything that is part of this Internet of Things, what happens when, you are doing something you shouldn't have been doing, and now your urinalysis from your smart toilet alerts whoever, I mean,
it's gonna be a bad day for everybody on probation.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like, this could be an issue. I don't trust any of it, but I mean, I can see they're trying to integrate healthcare, and now that they want us to all accept this being locked in our homes thing, they're tying this to the teledocs, and I mean, there are a lot of good diagnostic applications for this, but I'm just saying you have to watch with
Drones delivering your pizza and packages, and your toilet checking your urine. I don't like where this is headed.
Just like I said, I mean, it's like you've got a smart fridge. Yes, it'll text you and tell you need milk, but it could also text your insurance carrier, your healthcare provider, and tell them that you're not adhering to a diet. So maybe they make a decision not to want to cover you. Like, I'm not just rampantly speculating here. These are the things that they have implemented in places like China. This is how they tabulate. They use this stuff to tabulate their social credit score. Like I said, I mean, you go in to get a job and they know that your spending patterns or that you drink every day, and now they've got your toilet telling them that you smoke weed too. I mean, we don't know what kind of integrations that we're going to see. I just know that in China, what they've done has, yeah, sure, you got people acting like they love it because they have to, but it has seriously decimated any hope for liberty there.
Yeah, I'm with Kansas Mayhem 71. I want the med bed too.
The med bed.
I mean, it's not confirmed, but I've seen little hints here and there that we may be moving in that direction. And allegedly, the people that I know that would know this kind of thing say that will be the first thing when the big disclosures start coming down. Will be medical technology.
I remember Prez saying at some point that there was going to be there were a lot of technologies, health related tech that was going to be being released.
Right.
That he would make sure of it. That was a long time ago. I don't know how he ever did with that, but
so here we go. We got some moving into high strangeness and UFO disclosure part of the show. Let's talk about this intriguing object seen at the Scoot and Hide hangar at Area 51. Now,
Scoot and Hide,
right? Is that like its actual name?
Well, I think it actually moves a bit to
cover
They're
doing this on purpose. Look, they don't just leave spaceships outside the hangar on. Whoops! I didn't mean to leave the spaceship outside on the hangar.
You didn't back it up right.
Right. You're an idiot. No, they don't do that. So, this to me, I mean, it's not a very clear picture. But allegedly, there's reports about ships that look like they might be this shape in the Dark Fleet. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it is very low to the ground and extremely long and pointed.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah, it kind of looks like a speedboat, dude, with like a little hatch on the top. It looks like a except it comes to a complete point in the front. So it's like. It's like that. It's got like a little hatch in the back right here. And it's like, what do you call that? Wedge-shaped? Looks like a wedge-shaped spaceship. I mean, I can't tell. I can't zoom in. But
well, apparently the guy that got the
think?
pictures takes these kinds of, he takes pictures. He flies around and takes pictures of this all the time, like stuff. And he happened to catch this one picture of this thing there that, maybe they were in the midst of moving it when he got by there. But I mean, how they have to let some of this stuff leak. Like you can't even
need to move anything above ground, man. Like nothing. If they do that, there's a reason they're doing it, and it's that simple, right? Like they don't need to do that. Is what I'm thinking.
Well, you are the
resident
disclosure, expert. You know that I'm all about.
Right. Hey.
The other stuff.
We're all passionate about something. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, and I've said this a million times, the reason I'm the way that I am is because of the experiences that I've had. So this is my passion and this is my fight, right? But I really don't expect other people to share in that same enthusiasm. We'll put it that way.
Oh, no. I definitely believe, and I'm super enthusiastic about the stuff. I just don't trust it. I mean, I want to know what it is, for sure.
Well, I doesn't trust anything.
Right. But he flies this little airplane around. Apparently, they let him get close enough to take these pictures. He has like a Cessna or whatever, and he flies it around and takes pictures all the time. He just happened to catch this one of that.
Well, if he did, they happened to left it parked out there so that could happen.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, right.
So I don't know. What are we getting? A little drip here.
Something.
They've already admitted there's UFOs, but this would be a drip indicating that perhaps we have UFOs, which would be an entirely different narrative than what the press is putting out. So that's interesting. All right, so first UFO video in the lineup comes to us from UFO Sightings Daily. Scott, woot woot, shout out to Scott. All right, so here we are. I think I have it at the correct timestamp.
Yeah, this it was super freaking long, but you can see like now it's coming out. This thing, whatever this is, flew up and has passed now through the cloud. But watch when it's freaking creepy looking. I don't know.
Pink the clouds are, man.
I know, right?
Right? It's beautiful. What is that? You know what it looks like?
Tell me, because I don't.
Man, I don't even know.
It just keeps going, and I mean, he's got like freaking, I don't know, 13 minutes of footage of it, and it came from like for all the way from
looks
under
like
the
a
cloud.
cocoon. You know what I mean? It looks like
Doesn't
a
it?
cocoon. Yeah.
Like a silkworm.
I
or
used
something.
to, yeah, I
don't
used to
know.
pick those things out of trees when I was a kid. That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty bizarre.
But it almost looks like it's elongating.
Right?
Like if you saw it from the very beginning, it was like a small dot. And then it just kept getting longer and longer and longer as it was going. I don't know what it is.
It looks like there's some kind of craft or something in front of that streak, though. If you really look close, there's something metallic or there's something in front of the streak. I don't know. That's very bizarre. Huh.
I have no idea. And you know, it's not a balloon like he had looked. It's not it's like I said, it started as just a little speck and it just gets longer and longer and longer. That's creepy. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that's wild. That's pretty weird. Okay.
Tyler's saying Arcturian craft. Everything's the Arcturians to you though.
Where's Tyler at? Is he in YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, hi Tyler. Yeah, sorry about the ruckus and the mess tonight, you guys. Like, we're all over the place, but I'll get it figured out before next week's show. Okay, so this is coming to us via Mr. MBB333.
That's my dude.
Right? I know, you're all about him.
I am. He's got good videos.
I mean, he's good. Yeah, he's definitely good. I'm down with it.
He does the whole, watches the volcanoes. He does
it all.
The
Right.
space, space weather, whatever. Like, he's on it.
I want to take you guys now over to Croatia, where I've received 4 very unique photos of something in the sky off in the distance.
That looks almost like that stuff we saw in Puerto Rico, remember?
December 21st. And this
when
looks
it was
like
shooting the light down or whatever it was happening.
The Great Conjunction.
Right.
I'm not saying this is associated with the Great Conjunction, but something's going on over here in the sky. See a gentleman's elbow right there, standing out on a...
Something's going on this entire planet. Something. Okay?
Right.
We don't know what it is, but we're going to figure it out. There's something
right.
going on, right?
We will rampantly speculate until we hit the nail on the head.
We're going to get there someday.
We're going to get there.
On a patio or something, and you can see what looks like a object in the sky. And it reminded me of what we saw over in Puerto Rico, those beams coming down from the sky, making contact with the ocean. This looks like some sort of a craft. I'm going to zoom in closer. I'm going to enhance the
Valhall's weather
so
modification.
It looks like a little craft above this beam, whatever it may be. I'm not claiming to know, guys. Just trying to analyze these photos the best that I can.
I mean,
I have to analyze it the best I can with what I have to work with. And it looks like a beam is coming down from this craft right here. That's what I see based off of the angle of these images and how the light is coming down, not going up, coming down from this singular object right there. Super weird sequence of photos here. Now it's moved out from like behind this gutter on the overhang of this house, and now it's out more open, but you've still got that long beam of light coming down.
That looks just like that
and
Puerto Rican stuff we saw last week.
It does. That's weird. That's super weird. Okay, let's see what we got next in line here. All right, so fleet of moving ships spotted in the sky above Earth from space. This comes to us courtesy of Mr. MBB333.
I think this is the one where he got, it was like from the ISS they got the pictures.
What do we got here? Oh.
And then we're going to zoom in and take a much closer look. This is in the South Atlantic, by the way. And before we continue any further, you're going to see what looks like a fleet of objects. I don't know what they are. She doesn't either. She had never seen anything like this. And she has hours upon hours upon hours of viewing experience with this ISS live cam. She really does. I went over to flightradar24.com and it keeps track of all of the air traffic around the world, literally, even including balloons. And there's a fleet of balloons that roam the Earth. Typically, they stay close to the equator. More than likely, you can usually find them somewhere above South America or Africa. Right now, the fleet is primarily over Africa. And in fact, they've been there for quite a while. The South Atlantic is down in here.
He's just on the decode, isn't he? He's just on it, right?
He's letting you know this is not what that was. Because, you know, people be coming like, this was a balloon. It was a freaking swamp gas, whatever.
And that's where you're going to see this footage from. It's above the ocean, not land. So these objects are not part of the large balloon collection that does roam the Earth. There's 2 of them right there. We're going to zoom in much closer. You're going to see several of them over here, kind of tucked away in the clouds, and they're even influencing the clouds.
Now he pulls up his own video
like
here in a second.
They're moving around. Check this out. This is an excellent observation. And like she's pointing, got arrows going to this area here. There's a bunch, and even kind of disturbing the clouds as they appear to possibly be moving. So what I did was I took and I zoomed in on the video that Mary shared with me and tried to take a closer look at this fleet of objects. Here's the first 2. And again, this is above water. This is not above land. There's 2 objects there. They're moving, so I wouldn't think moving that quickly. And of course, the space station is moving too. So with both of them moving, it's difficult to tell how fast they could potentially be moving.
How do we know they're not satellites? I mean, you're bound to see other satellites from the satellites.
Well, I would imagine, because anything, I don't know. Do they pass under the space station?
Where are the satellites in relation to the space station? Forgive my ignorance, but I really don't know. Do you?
Well, I know a lot of them are above. They're higher than the 250 miles that this thing supposedly sits at.
So there shouldn't be anything below the space station?
No, this should be an uninterrupted view of the Earth from the space station.
I don't think they're balloons. I don't think those types of balloons anyway would be
and they're putting wake in the clouds
250 miles above the Earth. Otherwise, we would see them all the time because the balloons have been up for years. And to see something like this,
they're too low. I see.
Yeah, they're putting
too
a
low.
disturbance
That's
in
why
the
he
clouds,
went. That's why he went down the "they're not balloons" rabbit hole and checked all that out. Right. Okay.
First time, especially an experienced viewer, I have to say it's kind of a mystery. I don't know what these things are. Here's the fleet. There's a couple of them over here, a couple of stray ones over here off to the right, and then I'm going to go back to the larger fleet of these objects that you can definitely tell are influencing the clouds right here.
Right?
Look at those things.
That's kind of weird.
I counted, and there's 15 in this very wide area, some of them brighter than others, and what I think would cause...
Am I tripping, or is there more of them down here?
I don't know. There's a lot.
They're all over the place.
Possibly some of them to be brighter than others would be their altitude. If they're up higher, they're receiving more sunlight. The lower they are, the less sunlight they're receiving. Like these here, and these are enhanced, by the way. They're not altered in any way. I never alter any of the photos or videos you guys send in.
That's super weird.
I mean, they're clearly putting wake in the clouds. It's something.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Which one do we have next? Because I know we're getting.
I don't know how many. How many we pull? 4.
Well, we got 4. This guy's interesting. Diamond UFO over Bogota, Colombia.
Oh yeah, this one's real distinct.
This
comes
just
via
the other day. Via Scott UFO Sightings Daily. All right, check this one out.
That's kind of wild, though.
It looks like Saturn. Looks like
it's just a diamond shape. I don't know. That looks to me like it's sitting low,
right?
And like it's not reflecting any light.
Sometimes it seems to me like these guys think they're cloaked, but they're really not, and they don't know it or something. Just like the day that I picked up those.
They forgot to flip the button. They're up there like did you turn the cloak on, Mitch? Yeah, I got it.
Right. Did you see William Tompkins gave a testimony before he passed away, and he had this picture, and he claims they're reptilian tankers, right, that are spraying us with some kind of gas, right? You guys got to see this.
I've heard this.
All right, but he says, if you listen to his testimony about it, he says, now how he knows this, I don't know, but he was saying that somebody forgot to flip the switch, because you can see them with your eyes, right? Just you couldn't see them, but
the reptiles forgot to turn.
Yeah, I was saying the reptiles forgot to turn the damn cloak on the phone, right? So the phone picked it up, which is interesting because I couldn't see those 2 TR3Bs that were above that UFO event that I taped, right? I couldn't see those, but my phone picked them up, right? So I don't know, man. Is there another button for the cloaking for the phones and they just forget to hit that button, right? I don't know. It's weird. But why does the phones pick up stuff sometimes that we can't see and you know?
You've seen the footage from inside my house that my phone picks up and I can't see. I don't know. Right? Crop dusting. Alien crop dusting, right?
Right. What is this thing though?
Go ahead. I don't know, just some floating black diamond in the middle of Bogota.
Hit the cloaking, buddy.
Right.
Yeah, don't forget to cloak in front of the humans. They're not ready.
Right.
Right? So that's kind of weird. All right, so let's go to the next one. We've got a few tonight. Well, this is our last one.
Oh,
now this, look, this is I don't even know what's happening here. You know, I don't even know what's going on here. So,
man, that's crazy.
What is that?
I don't know if that's been debunked or what, but that is wild.
Hey, run up on it. Run up on it.
Run up on it. Run up on it. That's what I would do.
Run up on that joke, will you? No, I'm not running. You run up on it.
That's gotta be a joke, right?
It's gotta be.
What is that?
That's crazy. You see that? That's crazy. Yes, it is.
That's gotta be somebody playing a joke, man.
Right?
Come on, because there's not even.
That was so funny though.
Even if it's some
weird.
It
looks almost like a square. Like I don't know.
Like if you're trying to be low key and blend in, like that ain't gonna work. Just a cloud at like 4 feet above the ground. That's just not That's not low key.
Run up on it. Run up on it. No, hell no.
I would.
Wait, let it keep going. Let me see what happens. Hold on. I ain't seen this in a minute.
Oh, man, I ain't never seen you seen one of those before.
Run up on it. Come on. Looks like it's walking. Whoa, did you see that?
What is it?
It looked like it was walking. Look. Look, what? Tell me if I'm tripping. It looked like it got some legs and started walking on the pavement. Look.
It just came from out the arm sky. Yeah, you're simple ass.
Hey, you're simple ass. Look, where's it going now? Why didn't it keep it on there?
I don't know, but watch its legs.
Oh, girl.
What happened?
That was it. It was just a quick video.
Man,
I don't know. I don't know if it's real.
Look. I swear it got some legs and started walking on the ground. Look at this. What? See that? Look.
Yeah. Oh, it did look like. Oh, it
did. Dude, look. I'm telling you. Look. Watch. Pay close attention here. This is very important.
I'm watching.
Watch. What? Now watch the little legs come out.
It did kind of look like.
And then they go back in like stairs.
It looked like something pushed it up off the ground to put it. I don't know what the hell.
I don't even know what's going on there, but that is that's super weird.
That's wild.
So
right?
if anybody finds out what that is, and they know if it's been debunked, we'd like to know, and we'd like to know how they did that, because that's pretty up there on the weird scale.
It's an older video too. Like, who knows?
All right, so what do we have left? Is there anything we wanted to cover in the Twitter sphere? Bookmarks. Let's see. We already. Okay, so. Right. Why not? Okay. You know, I like living on the edge. So
go ahead.
Where was the original tweet that the Space Command put out? So Space Command put out a tweet talking about Midway, telling us to get some popcorn and go watch Midway, and it gave us a breakdown of the story about Midway and this, that. Oh boy. Everybody was on this. I saw it got retweeted like 1 million times. People were decoding it. I mean, it just went, it got real. And then, so Homeboy puts out this tweet. Wait, I don't know if I have it saved right here. Hold on. It's over in my timeline. Let me go get it real quick. So then, I'm sorry, but I thought this was hilarious, you guys. So then he puts out the tweet saying, saying that we're tripping, basically. Space Command.
Yes!
Wait, let me go find it. He said, we're tripping. Hey, I don't know what these people are talking about. They are tripping. Look, so...
Right. He's like, I can't even eat popcorn no more. It's like, I did not. No.
I did not. Right? Let's show him, right? Let's not ruin it for him. Okay, so over here. So yeah, so he puts out the tweet, the Midway and the popcorn. Space Command puts that out. So then we get this tweet today, and I just thought it was super rich. Check this out. He says, as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs Staff said, we do not take an oath to this country, a tribe, or a religion. We take an oath to the Constitution. Then in here it says, the Constitution of the United States of America. It's been brought to my attention that my video post on January 8th has been mistaken or misinterpreted from something it is not. I'm an American and have served as a United States Marine for 28 years. I have sworn an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and I take that seriously. My post was about leadership and the lessons we can learn from the movie Midway. I mentioned popcorn because it's not a normal... I mentioned popcorn.
If y'all don't putting damn frogs in my chat. He's like, I don't know what's happening here. Can you imagine how mad he was?
I mentioned popcorn because it's a normal snack when watching a movie. I did not mean anything else when I said popcorn.
Sir, let me be the first to tell you. You can't talk about it's a movie and you can't eat popcorn. You can't.
Coming from Space Command? No. Right. It's going to be immediately decoded. We're just letting you know. All right, so, and then Carrie tweeted this at me today. She brought this up to me, so I figured we'd check out and show them a little example of what we're talking about here. Carrie, which is at 1972 Patriot, while she still stands. She tweeted at me and said, will you be discussing this? Do I need to say any more? Right? Right? So this is a prime example here of what we're talking about, what he was talking about. So anyway.
That guy had the real serious popcorn box too, like, just...
Honestly, dude, I saw it and I immediately thought comms. Like who does that? Like, get your popcorn, see? And check out the movie. And here, like, I want
to go through.
So who knows if it is or not.
The comments on the original post, and I can just imagine. There's probably gifs of like dancing frogs and just frogs eating popcorn and just trumping the frogs and the popcorn, and he's probably sitting at work like, I don't understand what's happening here.
He should know better. If you work for Space Command, you should know better. You know? You should know everybody's going to think it's...
It is not Arcturian popcorn, guys.
All right, so, yeah, normally our laughter's out of hand. It's amazing. Today we made it to nearly the end of the show. Good. Look, and we're getting flooded with frogs on D Live. This is fantastic.
Look at that.
They get it. They know. All right, so here's the Schumann resonance. We are getting blasted with whiteouts. Look at this.
I know.
So,
the resonance.
And it's like sustaining between 28 and 36, which is pretty incredible by itself. So, yeah, the Schumann's going crazy. Now, why is that? I couldn't tell you. I think I definitely need to have Alexis on soon to discuss the Schumann resonance stuff. But
yeah, we talk about it every week, and we really
don't know. But we still report on it because we think it.
We'll show you the pictures and tell you it looks like something's
Well, no. Truthfully, I don't think anybody really knows for a fact what.
Well, I mean, okay, the Schumann resonance is the.
But I've literally been studying. I've literally been studying the graphs day in and day out for like years now, and this is something I can't really describe in scientific terms to people, though I've watched many videos on this, but I can feel it when the Schumann is crazy. I can feel it. But like I've said before.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I can too. Like my head.
So now whether we're doing that or it's doing that or whatever, the Schumann does entrain all biological life on this planet, so we are connected to it. I just can't tell you exactly how those connections
I would
precisely operate.
Matter of fact, I'm not even speculating here. The resonance, the frequencies and the resonance frequencies of all things on the Earth vibrate at something similar or governed by the resonant frequency of the Earth. Different places, like on Mars, they probably got a different frequency, and it would be disturbing to something that's clearly been geared to. Yeah.
This might be an indication that you are no longer on planet Earth. I don't know, but I'm feeling like that would really have an impact. Okay, So as far as space weather, we don't have any crazy, geomagnetic storms, no crazy solar flares. So there's nothing too incredible to report in that department.
Can we say thank you to the people that donated on DLive today?
Yeah.
Much love, guys. Thank you.
So, you guys, we obviously don't have this multi-streaming thing down yet. This is the first time we're doing this, though.
Yeah, obviously.
Right? So, for like
we're
the
gonna
fifth
get
time.
it together, though.
So,
right?
yeah. So yeah, thank you to all the people that super chatted us on DLive and to the people that super chatted us on YouTube, because I can't see it if you did. We'll make sure and shout you out. I'll make a list and make sure and shout it out next week, and along with getting it all to work right. Let me see what else. Tim Saunders will be on with me. The man who his company is the Omnia Radiation Balancer. I'm sorry, it's not a shield, it's a balancer.
Bounce. Do we get to ask questions?
So yes, he will be on live with me this Wednesday so that people can ask questions and find out more about the Omnia Radiation Balancer. So yeah, he'll be on with me this Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. And next Wednesday, guys, I have a little treat, and not even Foil knows about this yet. So so for those of you that have seen my interview with Red Colley, I'm pretty sure he brought it up in our interview, but Red talks about a man that he did the decodes for, that's connected to the Rendlesham Forest incident, that had a really intense military man that had a really intense UFO experience, and then proceeded to get binary codes from the ETs in these downloads, and then Red then went and decoded these, just like he did the Rendlesham Forest stuff. So anyway, that gentleman who he talks about, CJ, will be on with me the following Wednesday. So that's going to be
That's pretty awesome.
I'm super excited to have CJ on here to talk about his story. His story is very important, and it's very interesting and very compelling. And you'll definitely want to tune in for that. And
anybody getting alien downloads, I need to hear from.
Right? Fascinating. And then Red decoding all the stuff too is just, he's amazing. As far as decoders go, he's like incredible. For those of you that do not follow Red Colley on Twitter, you really should, because he's
been
super smart
over the past 2 days on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, he's going through what the rest of us are. He doesn't know if he's going to have an account tomorrow. You know what I mean? I totally get where he's coming from. So yeah, Tim Saunders, Omnia Radiation Balancer, will be on with me this Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, live. You can ask questions in the chat about the product, and CJ will be on with me the following Wednesday night. So anyway, as far as announcements, I'm pretty sure that is it as far as announcements. Make sure and go over to pilled.net and find us over there and get the app, which is the foxhole.app. You can get the app now for your phone. Methods just talked about this today with Red Pill, so that's really exciting news. And a lot of amazing content creators are all on there already, so that's super exciting that we have a place we can go that we will not be messed with.
I have started putting my videos up on BitChute and Rumble. And for those of you that don't know, I have a YouTube channel, and I talk more about, Klaus Schwab, mentally invasive tech. I try to keep with the
we're gonna do the Federalist Papers here in the next few days.
Yeah,
right?
I am. Yes, as a matter of fact, yes, I've decided that on my channel. People seem to be really confused about democracy recently, so Alara and I are going to go through the Federalist Papers, and we're going to remind everybody about why the Constitution was written the way that it was. So hopefully you'll be joining us for that.
Awesome. So
I think it'll be great.
Yeah. So Loyal to the Foils YouTube channel, and all her information is in the description that on YouTube for the show, which should still be there. I don't know. But anyways, we're
going to put our link trees down there.
Yeah, we're going to put our link trees in there from now on, so you guys can find all the links, since things are getting pulled left and right, and get that going on. So big thank you to Methods once again, and Tron for hosting and teaching me how to try to get this multi-streaming thing going. Really appreciate you.
We'll get it.
Right.
We'll get it.
We will get it by next Sunday, Space Force News. Okay. I've said my piece.
Sure
I love you all.
Guys, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate and love you. Thank you. Our links and our link trees will be in the description below. You can donate to Space Force News at loyaltothefoil.com. Just specify that it is for Space Force News. Also should be linked in the description below. Please meet us here next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, for another awesome episode of Space Force News Live. Keep your eyes on the skies and stay loyal.
We are your news in this dimension and the next. Good night, space peeps. We love you.
Deuces.